If you've heard of the Logos Hope, you're going to get really excited because it's coming to Cape Town. If you haven't, you're about to find out. And this is a very, very exciting time for me. I had a conversation a few years back with someone from the Logos Hope, and I get to do it again. 480 ports, 150 countries, and 50 million visitors on board the Logos Hope and other ships over the last 50 years, since ships have been traveling the world and making a difference. An international crew from 60 different countries. It's a ship that promotes literacy and education, cross-cultural cooperation, social awareness, and reflecting God's compassion for the world. In front of me, I've got Kalyan from Ahmedabad in India. I've also got Oliver from Manchester in England and Cecilia from Johannesburg in South Africa. What a pleasure to have you all here filling the studio. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
morning
us.
to you.
Yeah, good morning. So now we know the Logos Hope is not yet docked in Cape Town. I think it's in Durban, am I right?
Correct.
Okay, so it's in dry dock, I think, getting... what does it do in dry
Indeed.
dock? For those of us that don't know what that's about, help us out, Oliver.
Yeah, well, every year we have to do a maintenance project,
Ah.
and this year is a big one. So we've actually brought the ship out of the water, and they're painting, cleaning the hull, everything underneath, getting rid of all the marine growth, and then a lot of jobs. I think there's around 150 jobs going
Wow.
on.
And you're going to be in Cape Town soon, come June.
Indeed. So we'll arrive on June 7th, and then we'll leave on June 24th. And between that time, we'll be open to the public. So we would love for you to come and visit the book fair, the cafe, and meet our international crew.
Oh, that's exciting. I'm going to move over to you, Kalyan. It's good to have you in the studio as well. Welcome, welcome. So
Great to
how
be
come you're already here if the boat isn't here? So help us to understand how all the logistics and the planning and everything works.
That's an interesting question. Thank you for asking. Yes, so myself, Oliver, and Cecilia are known as the Advanced Preparation Team. And we come 6 to 7 weeks usually before the ship arrives, and we prepare the place for the ship with logistics, official permissions, and so on. That is why we're here so early.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And Cecilia, for you, you're a South African lady.
Yeah.
So for you to be back home, as it were, although I know you're from Gauteng, it must be nice
Yeah.
to put foot on South African soil.
Yeah, it's been really great because I left home actually in 2021.
Okay.
So being back is amazing.
We just spoke to somebody at 7:30 who's a contributor, and he's been out in Austria as a guest lecturer, now back in South Africa, and his words are, there's nothing like setting foot, no matter how beautiful the rest of the world is. And this might be true for you when you arrive at your home countries again. How beautiful it is to be
Yeah.
back home again.
And braai, you know.
And I'm sure you've been introduced to all of these
We
things.
have. We've
I'm
been
sure.
loving the
Loving
culture.
it.
So let's get back to you, Oliver, over here. What's it like for you as somebody from the UK and saying, I'm stepping out into this space? Tell us, how did this journey start for you to end up on the Logos Hope and here on the other side of the world?
Sure. Well, like many people, COVID was an interesting time for me, and a lot of plans were being changed, and I had to come up with new ideas all of the time. But the Lord really guided the way, and I was originally going to be going to Hong Kong for an extra year of studies,
Okay.
but that got cancelled in the last week, and then I suddenly had nothing to do. I ended up graduating early, and then I thought, okay, how can I go and do something? And I've always loved the international idea of leaving my country and going and serving abroad. And then the ship came around, and the Lord just opened the path, and the rest is history. Here I am 2.5 years later almost.
Oh, that's amazing. Kalyan, what's it like sharing space? You can't go anywhere. You can't say, I'm going for a drive just to get away from this lot. Because I'm sure it can be challenging sharing the space with so many different people. What are some of the challenges you faced in your time on the ship?
Yeah, no, there are a lot of challenges that we do face because, as you said, we're people from 65 different countries, different cultures, languages, lifestyles. And it is challenging, sometimes the people who are too loud, sometimes the people who don't talk much and you want them to talk. But I guess what really helps us through this process is just the love of God that each of us, we know that this person loves the Lord and he's a child of God. And that helps us to just stick together.
I like that. Cecilia, what's some of the highlights for you? Some of the best moments from your experience?
Definitely when we were in Iraq, having had the opportunity to, first of all, it was ship history because the ships have never been to Iraq.
Oh.
So to be part of that was really a great opportunity for myself, and also just to experience the Iraqi culture, the Iraqi people, and all. And it's really been an eye-opening experience.
And did you do the same thing that you're doing now when you're arriving, also going out as the advanced team and prepping the way?
Oh, then I was still the people development manager on board. So I got to just sail from one port to another. And then I just joined this department last year, September.
I see. Let's get back to you, Oliver. When it comes to the purpose of the Logos Hope, and for our Cape Town listeners, when she arrives here in the dock and it's open to the public, what kind of interactions do you have, and what can we enjoy as the general public?
Sure. So the main attraction is the book fair. We have over 5,000 different book titles that you can come on board and see and buy if you'd like to. And then we also have the International Cafe. And it's just an amazing experience all in all to come on board. And really the exciting part is to meet our crew. And our crew loves to do this everywhere we go. As Kalyan said, we're from 65 nationalities. And to really picture that is just crazy within 350 people. So almost everybody you'll meet is from a different nationality. And they're really ready and excited to meet you.
Yeah, Kalyan, there's also work not only on the ship, but there's many that are on the ship that have got different skills and passions and interests, and often leave the ship and get involved in the local people. Tell us more about that.
And that's exactly what it's about. So we have people going out every day, teams going out every day from the ship to different parts of the community, maybe to hospitals or schools, sometimes prisons, and just sharing the love and hope of what Jesus did on the cross for us. So that happens every day. We also have a lot of events happening inside the ship. We have people coming in, and we have programs for young people, for kids, for teenagers, for elderly, men, women, loads of events going on inside the ship as well.
Yeah, that sounds very, very exciting. I'm going to stay with you for a moment. You've mentioned this. So when you come, how's it going to work when you arrive in Cape Town in terms of opening the doors? Let's say for people listening, they say, we want to come and see the ship. We want to come and read some of the books that Oliver was talking about. How does that work?
That's a great question, Bradley. Yes. So we opened the book fair from the 8th of June till the 23rd. Mondays are going to be closed. But on the rest of the days, we open at 11 a.m. And it goes up till 8 p.m.
And so you buy a ticket. How does that work? You buy that on the ship as you enter. How does that work, sort of the logistics?
Yes, we do have a little ticket counter right next to the ship. The ticket costs just 10 Rand per person. But hey, if you're less than 12 years of age or more than 60 years of age, it's free for you.
Ah, there you go. Cecilia, and if you've just joined us, we've got someone from three people from three different countries are part of the 65 nations represented on the Logos Hope. Cecilia is a South African lady. What are your thoughts for the future now that you've experienced it over a number of years? I mean, what does it look like? Because, people don't stay on the ship forever, but you don't want to think too far ahead because you never know what God might be doing with you. So what are your thoughts and plans, not only for the now, but for the future?
Yeah, definitely we'll be staying in missions forever. That's that's a call that God has made clear. Right now, I'm just, because I will leave the ship actually when we get to Namibia in July. I'm just exploring different opportunities, of course, within missions.
Yeah. And that's really the heart then, Oliver, isn't it? This is about the experience and developing yourself as a person, but it really is also about serving. At the end of the day, that's what God's calling us all to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. And actually one of the really exciting things is that every port we go to, we actually need help. And we're actually looking for local port volunteers. So we would love to share this now as well. For anybody listening, if they have any free time availability in June, they can also come and have this experience just for the time in Cape Town. It's a way of being able to serve your own communities and also expose yourself to the idea of mission and also make friends for life from all around the world. I think Cece has the number if they can text if they want more information.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, please, be in contact at 071 170 4464. Attention to Cece. You'll be speaking with me.
Okay, so I'm going to give you that number again if you're listening. And if you missed this number, you're welcome to contact us and we can let you know as well. Because you never know. You're listening right now and you're looking forward to some kind of experience exactly like this. I wish we had so much more time. We don't. We only have about 2 or 3 minutes together. Kalyan, I'm going to stay with you just for a moment. What are some of the... we love stories and we love storytelling and hearing stories. Share something from your own experience where you've been able to touch somebody's life with the love of God in your travels around the world.
Yes, yes, for sure. So this was back in 2022, in the December of 2022, when the ship docked in Beirut in Lebanon. And if you recollect, there was a chemical explosion a few years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a dark time for the people of Beirut. And yeah, while the ship was docked there were a few people lined up to get into the boat after purchasing the tickets. And I was just conversing with one of them, and they said, "Hey, just thank you for coming and doing what you're doing. This port of Beirut has been a place of darkness, of pain for us, but just the ship being here, just now kids coming in and playing around, and now there's laughter, there's joy. Thank you for doing this." And that just brought me to tears.
Yeah, isn't that so special to know it's not just about the fun you're having in the experiences? Because at the end of the day, we want to step into these spaces as individuals because we want to grow ourselves, we want to learn. But it's when you actually have these moments, like Kalyan just expressed, those are the things that actually really change us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just lastly, as we start to wrap things up here, Cecilia, let us know if there's anybody listening right now saying, this is something that I would love to do. I would love to one day be the future Cecilia and the Olivers and the Kalyans of the Logos Hope. I mean, how does that work for you? How do you qualify if there's a young person that's excited and shares similar values to all of you?
Yeah, it's very easy. If you're above 18 years old and you're a Jesus follower, you can apply. There are different commitment levels. There's a 3 months program. It's called STEP. If you want to try it out, you're not sure. That's how I started. And then I extended for 2 years. There's also people that join for 1 year. There's people that join for 2 years. But you can just go, just Google Logos Hope, and then it will take you to a site where you can put in your information, and then someone will contact you. Or otherwise, you can still use the phone number that I shared, and then we can help you.
Yeah, so that's something that you would love to do. If there's a young person, there might be a parent, a grandparent listening and saying, I think this will be perfect. And I'm sure there's necessary hoops you have to go through to make sure you're the right person for it. But I'll give you that number, 071 170 4464, and you can chat to Cecilia. And trust me, it's been a pleasure to chat to her and the other lads, and you'll enjoy that conversation just as much. Thanks so much for coming through all the way. God bless you all, and look forward to seeing you all again when we pop down and visit. My son even said to me this morning, you're going to be speaking to the people from Logos Hope. You really do speak to interesting people. Can we go on the boat? I said, absolutely. We can't wait to come and meet you, and I'll interview.
We can't wait to host you.
Thank you so much. And I can introduce him and others to Cecilia from Joburg, Oliver from Manchester, and Kalyan from Ahmedabad in India. Thank you so much for blessing me and our listeners this morning. All the best. Stay safe, and look forward to meeting you when the boat is here come June.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thanks
Thank you so
for having
much.
us.
God bless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a pleasure. Getting ever closer to news at 8 o'clock. We're going to pop away. We'll be back in just a moment.
Wake up